restart to get the best possible launch possible, and also to intimidate the guy. That was then outlawed because it means that the guy in front can't actually weave or do anything because there's a car here and it might end up with some contact, which is exactly what you just saw here. I think it was a Ferrari that passed you. It's on them in that case. You're the leader. You need to set the pace. You need to call the restart. So there's no reason why this guy would have gone and also collected like that. So definitely on him, that move. You have to respect the safety car procedure. This one is filmed on the quality mobile phone camera. You'll love to see it. My car is a POV. Last lap, the P2. Should I have backed out sooner, or did he turn in on me? Down the corkscrew there. Bit wiggly through there. We are on the inside here for the radial curve on the left. We've still got the inside. That's a bit of a tough one, really. Let's have a look at. So looking at this again, it feels like number 4 could have maybe left a bit more room on the inside. Now this corner is tricky. All the grip is right on the inside, which is why number 4 is trying to get down there to take as much speed from the corner as possible. Of course, the number 1 car actually has a bit of a moment here. I think maybe you've spotted this car coming back inside and has a little bit of a slide, which actually I think dents the hit a bit to the number 4 car. But I think the number 4 car may have just misjudged the room available on the inside there. As I said, this corner here, I mean, you can see the camber. You want to be right in there, because that's where the grip of the corner is. But the line here for the 4 is a bit weird anyway, so I think it was fair for the number 1 car here to go for that move. I mean, the door is closing, but the guy's definitely got the call to say you're alongside at this point. He could have given more room, and unfortunately I think just sort of took himself out trying to turn in on a bit of road where a car was already inhabiting it. So I'd put that down to the 4 car that's maybe not given enough space, but that is a tough one to call there, especially given the nature of the circuit. Just a reminder, by the way, guys, if you want to continue this discussion, you can either do so down below in the comments, or you can hop over to my Discord, where we're always willing to talk through who the biggest helmet is in general. Usually it's me. Link below in the description. This guy claims I screwed up and blocked him. I claim that he should have released his throttle to pass me cleanly. Who is wrong? Sounds like a sketchy one. Is this a racing incident, or is someone to blame here? Who can improve and why? I am the Porsche. Cool, okay. Run past space, let's have a look. Run past alone, then we've got penalty, and I've just gone sideways. Okay, so we're looking at another angle here, coming to the hairpin. Is there a car on the inside? We've gone very, very wide. Vroom has touched us, and we've gone round. Have a look. Taking the proper line, we're right there on the inside. That is hard to call. I need to watch Grandpa's on board again. Doesn't just spin out on exit. I don't think the initial contact is actually caused by this GTR. So what I think happens is that Grandpa's pace goes wide into the corner. He's now on the outside of the circuit with a lower exit speed than he anticipated. Then puts it in first gear and guns it. Meanwhile, Vroom is right behind us. He's pretty much here. He's side by side with us. As we gun it, the car oversteers to the left. Let's call it left-hander, so we're setting up for that. And as it oversteers, Vroom continues, and the car sort of spins across the nose of Vroom in the GTR. But it was already going round before he was there. I think the proximity of the cars together sort of maybe fools you into thinking there was some sort of contact there. But I think that honestly, old Grandpa here just got on the throttle a bit too hard and spun round. It's easy to do here, especially when you're frustrated, especially when you made a mistake like that, especially in a rear-wheel drive car like the Porsche, and you served your own penalty pretty quickly there. So, yeah, just one of those things. This next one is a little bit less accusatory, so it's probably just an incident, but I feel like the Ferrari ran me out of room. Interesting. We're at Silverstone in the Red Bull, coming into Vale, very slow part of the course. Ferrari is on the inside. We are pretty much as far out as we can go here. I would say he probably did run you out of room, but I think this spin was your fault. Let's have a look again. Ferrari's on the outside. Nice move from the Ferrari to get there. Really nice to get to that point. So at this point, the Red Bull was already under threat. I think the tyre difference making a bit of a play there. Medium versus the hard. Let's call it the right-hander, and we're already ahead as a Ferrari. But we are on a very, very tight corner, so we have to slow right down to make the corner. Right-hander comes up. We have room. There is room for another car between us there. Ferrari then comes down and take the racing line. There is a tiny bit of wheel-to-wheel there, but I don't think it causes a spin. It shouldn't do anyway. The spin, I think, is caused sort of similar to the last incident by the Red Bull going, oh, hell no, I'm planting the throttle and then going to the inside here. I think opportunistic by the Ferrari, on the edge from the Ferrari, given this contact here, but we are still within track limits. We're still within track limits here, so we are still racing to the letter of the rules. And I think, if anything, it was coming off this little orange curb here that unsettled the car a little bit, and then round you go. So I think that's fine. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think, though, in the comments, because for me, it's on the edge, but it is okay, and he causes his own spin. But let me know. Now we go to Sharmo, says, I understand I might be at fault here, but I felt like I couldn't control it. We're going for a high-speed chicane, and suddenly he brakes. I have nowhere to move. So I'm going to have to mute this, because it's got some music over it. But we're going to Dragon Trail now, and I know this part is pretty much flat out in a Group 3 car. Maybe a small lift on the way through. It is definitely high stakes. It's very lovingly referred to as a chicane of death through here, and for good reason. So we're on the way through. We hit the right, we hit the left, we are flat out at this point. The guy in front hits the brakes, and we run into the back of it, causing contact. So this could be a couple of things. This could be an inexperienced driver, although judging from his speed into the corner, I'm not sure. I don't know why he brakes here. So we usually have a fairly hard and fast rule that if you run into the back of someone, it's usually your fault because you have time to avoid it. But I'm actually going to say no in this regard, because this is a really unpredictable move from the car in front. And one of the big rules for a car being overtaken, be it by a car behind or from a lap car, is to be somewhat predictable. This is not, there's no way you can predict you're going to slam on the brakes. This is flat out here. So given that, I'm actually going to place full on this white BMW. Experienced or not, this is not a part of the circuit you brake on. And that's going to be a bit of a learning moment there, I think, for that white BMW. Frustrating for us in the Red Bull car, but you've helped someone learn today. You've done a good deed. Oh, it's another F1 clip, my favourite. We both received 5 seconds and a 1 LPP for this incident. What's that? Like license points, you think? Do leagues have license points? That's pretty cool. Was it the correct decision? Please let me know what this means, by the way, chat. I don't know what it is. So again, we're at the bus stop, my favourite place in the world, coming down to the, Cody's interpretation of the bus stop. We get shunted hard by the car behind. Let's have a look. Oh, God, that is a... What's that line? What's this line here? What are you trying to do, McLaren driver? For the last second, you come. That's really unpredictable from the guy behind. But meanwhile, that Red Bull was never making a corner. No, you know what? Looking at this again, I'm going to put that on the McLaren, and I'm going to tell you why. So we come into the braking zone now. McLaren's brake, we're brake. We are alongside. We're there, and we are slowing down. It's going to be a bit of a mad corner. This is a bit of a lunge, but we are there, and this guy has to respect the fact that we are there. He does not. He pulls across. I mean, what line into the corner is this? Where are you going to end up here? I can't tell you where you're going to be there. It's not going to be the apex, that's for sure. Causes contact and gets spat out, I think rightly so, but causes damage to his Red Bull. So I don't think this is a two parties guilty sort of thing. I think it is all of the McLaren, 1,000,000%. You can't just change your line in braking like that and expect everything to be okay. So I'm going to override the league admins and say, yeah, McLaren, bad. What kind of penalty would you give the Red Bull? That's a leading question. If he doesn't deserve penalties, why? I would like your opinion on this. But you're going to get it, man. Where is the Red Bull? Oh, we're at Abu Dhabi. We're weaving quite a bit. Why is that allowed? It seems to become a thing now that weaving is fine if you're having like a good battle, but it's not fine in general rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 moves. Red Bull goes for a very, very late lunge and then drives to the back of us. It's on the Red Bull already. I can tell you that's on the Red Bull because he can drive to the back of you there. But also, why are you doing this? People say, oh, I'm trying to break the toe, but it's just weaving. You're not allowed to do that. But yeah, looking at the incident again. Yeah. All on the Red Bull. So I know what he's trying to do there. So if you watch the mirror, at this point, he's committed to going to the inside. You can see by the angle of his car. But then he realises that he's going to just miss the corner and cloud this guy. So he tries to pull back in. You can see there, like, oh, I'm going to go inside. Oh, wait, no, I'm never going to make that. And when you turn and brake at the same time, you lose braking potential. So he's not able to slow down in the time he would usually slow down. And then runs into the back of us here and causes the incident. So the incident itself is 1,000,000% the Red Bull, but risky, don't weave.
Ga los met jouw nachos. Doritos loaded. How do you load?
Nu bij Gamma 30% korting op vloeren en 30% korting op raamdecoratie. Ook op maatwerk. Bekijk alle acties op gamma.nl in ons digitale folder of kom langs in de bouwmarkt.
Alright, if I was a number 9 car, what could I have done differently? Not signed up for the race! I get that long. Shoot MX-5's at Scuba Circuit. We're into the hairpin now. Great overtaking spot. Guy in front goes very wide. We've got the run. That is not alright. That is still not alright. He's defending it hard, is the other guy in the answer. We're ahead now. Let's keep the pace. We're right on the inside. That means we're probably going to end up sweeping wide. Let's get drift. Oh my god, dude. This guy in the number 10 car is an absolute menace. So first of all, he goes super wide here. Then goes, you know what, nah, my line, and just sweeps over to the point where we have to hit the brakes. That's already a penalty in my eyes. Alright, then defends more. We then move over. He doesn't react, but he moves to squeeze. That's fine, you can squeeze. He's now on the outside, so he's lost the place. Now, because we're on the inside, we're going to have to be slower going to score than normal. The guy on the outside just doesn't take that into account and just drive through us. So, yeah, that's going to be a pretty severe penalty for the 10 there, because he's two pretty clear-cut incidents in 10 seconds. I think that this guy so far in the 10 car does win my Sim Racing Stewards episode, Helmet of the Race. Next up, Doom the green car tried to put all the blame on me. In my opinion, I think we're both at fault. Well, let's see, let's take some of the blame. QE Formula cars. I think this is the Indy light thing. Oh, Jesus. Okay, the big one. So easy. So this is at Road America. This is the kick. This corner here is so tricky in a car with not a ton of downforce. These cars have downforce, but they do move around a little bit here. It should be flat through here, so I'm going to watch that again. What does the green car do? So he's offline. He goes a bit wide, goes into the grass. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree that it is your fault, this instant driver. The reason being is while he did go wide and come back on the circuit, there's a ton of room out here, and you just react. You react very late, actually. I mean, you see him going off, and you're still just sort of like, yeah, okay. You react now at the last second. Big steering input to the left. I'm just going to put you out wide here, onto the grass. Yeah. So I'm going to say here, I understand why this incident happened and why you reacted so severely, but at the end of the day, there was no outside contact here which made you steer over here. You had all this road on the right-hand side. You were in control of the vehicle when this happened. So I'd say it is on you, but the green car maybe should have been a bit more like, well, I can understand why it happened, rather than just straight out blaming you for it. But technically, he is right. It is your fault. Loud. This one's just called Not Sure of Anything I Could Do Here, but I was blamed by both drivers, so you know it's going to be a good one. I said, of course, a couple of hits yard it. I think this is Mazzano. Into the right hand, we are on the inside. Still there. Still lit. Cars in front are fighting each other at this point. A little bit of contact between the two. We've now got a run on the Aston Martin. We're alongside the Aston Martin. We've got by the Aston. Nice. Nice move there. Where's this guy going? Where's he going here? His trajectory right now is on the inside of this corner. What are you doing? This seems like a desperate attempt to block here from the Lambo. I don't know why it's doing that. Meanwhile, the Aston's like, I'm tiny in the room. You mind if I sniffles? I have no idea how they're blaming you for that. No idea. In fact, it's the fault of both the other cars this happened. Through all of this, you are predictable. You're on the racing line. You actually turn away to avoid this guy coming over to crash into you. The Aston Martin ignores all of this and drives through like nothing's happening. The Lamborghini, he's got to be up there in the helmet ranking. You can't be just... Look, where's he going? Where's he going right now? Where's his trajectory? This has got me really animated for some reason. I don't understand how these guys can see that as being your fault if you're in the Porsche. Yeah, Porsche, you are fine. both of these guys are to blame for that. I'd say the Lambo starts it, I guess. So he get the biggest penalty, but the Aston is pretending nothing's happening and just driving into you. It's just a thumbs up from me. Just you'll love to see incompetence on that level. Back to the wondrous world of F1 now, and we're basically seeing if a dive bomb has been committed, if it's okay. We're on board with a Mercedes, and we've just been clouted by a Red Bull. So we're still with the Merc. It's just pull the car, T1, for the inside line here. I don't know. That's a tough one. So what happened here, as I want to show you from this angle, is at the point the Red Bull knows it's being passed, it stops trying to squeeze the Mercedes and veers out to the outside. The reason why it's doing that is trying to get the best run possible through this next corner, because this Mercedes